Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal. Today, I want to do a reaction to Rammstein's Zeit, which means time, as I saw the translation. I've done the reaction to Deutschland before with my brother, and we did a deep analysis, as well as just being a fan of Rammstein overall. I like to be 100% honest if I like a song, if I don't, so we can have an interesting conversation on this channel. With that being said, let's get into it, and I'm expecting a banger on this one. What I'm going to do right after this is actually I'm going to open up the lyrics and I'm going to read it through with you guys because I feel like on this one it's going to be particularly important. But the music video, you can already tell it's going to be something interesting that they've always done with their music videos, whether it be Sane and Deutschland and other music videos that they've done. Well, again, there's an element when it's saying time, and perhaps time being cruel or time being it's the effects of time, right? I'm already loving the music video and kind of the way it transitions, the whole idea of being reversing, almost like the movie Tenet, when they're going back into the boat and then transitioning to what looks like World War II. I don't particularly have a lot of analysis because I feel like I need the lyrics here, and I can't look at the music video and the lyrics at the same time, unfortunately. But I will go to them for sure. Yeah, time to the beginning of the human race, or that we are through our actions going back into time, that we're going to go back into this kind of barbaric place by, it's just the idea of that we are going to be our own destruction and that everything's going to be rewinded and we're going to have to relive the same mistakes over and over. Perhaps that's one of the ideas, because I'm not sure about the lyrics themselves, just from judging from the music video, or perhaps going back to a more innocent time, or like when they show the kids, it was a very powerful image as they pan between one and the kids back and forth, and you see the children de-aging and the more innocent games, what they've turned into later on. But that's the couple of ideas I've had so far, just kind of seeing that. And it's really interesting seeing the sands of time giving birth to children, right? That's kind of the image here. And obviously these ghosts or creatures are the representation of, I guess, time, or kind of the life itself, almost. Yeah, that's because Deutschland, it was easy. The imagery was so clear. Here it's a little bit more cryptic without the lyrics, but it's just beautiful nonetheless. I mean, it's very, to me, it's insane how a band has been around for this long, and not only are they still relevant, they're pushing themselves every single time. There's very few examples like this where a band can keep pushing and innovating and doing something different. They've become more relevant than they've ever been. And more poignant more than they've ever been. So it's just kind of a testament to how good Rammstein's been. And even I remember myself when I was younger, this hardcore metalhead, I dismissed them a little bit because I thought they weren't serious. They're not good enough because of their crazy antics at the times. But underneath it all, there's quite a lot of thoughtful lyrics. And perhaps that time takes its due, or death, or whatever you want to call, maybe the personification of death, that everybody's time comes, and there is no kind of a discrepancy between young or old. Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna jump into the lyrics before I really give like along with everything I've seen, kind of the point that they're trying to make from my perspective. So guys, I actually went through the lyrics on my own. I decided not to do line by line because I had to read it multiple times. I didn't want the video to be boring. But I think I kind of had the idea from the music video of the idea of time. And that time doesn't stand still. It keeps moving. And the idea of that we always want to go back to a different time, a more innocent time, when when we see the kids, or, go back to a better days. It's not possible because time always keeps moving forward and doesn't have any mercy, as he mentions, right? It takes without question, without remorse. And it's a subject that's close to my heart because my eldest brother passed away. 2 years later, my grandma passed away. And 2 years later, my brother passed away. And it was all in a short span of time, kind of living through all that. And you have to come to terms with time and what it does. And when a person's time comes, I had my grandfather from my mother's side one time said this thing. There was an earthquake and everything's falling around him, and he's staying in the house. He refuses to leave the house. My mom told me the story, and she said, "Come on, Dad, we need to get out." He's like, "If it's my time to go, it's my time to go, whether I'm in the house or outside the house." He's like, "I'm not going anywhere." Because the earthquake was bad enough, it didn't mean it wouldn't matter where you were staying. And perhaps there's some wisdom in it, perhaps there's some kind of naivety in that, but it's a real thing. It's very poetic language, the way it's been translated at the very least. It's very poetic and very philosophical kind of a song, whereas Deutschland was a kind of a cry out, a heartful kind of, analysis of your own country. This is just an analysis of a human nature and human beings, and our always looking back to the past and what could have been, what could have done different, and how could have things been different, and how much it would have changed my past if I could, because it made me so damaged or broken the way I am now. And it's difficult to find yourself in this world and thinking that you could have redone things. But I think every mistake, every victory is important, and we learn from it. We become better people because of it, and wiser people. Even the mistakes, they teach us things. Even the hardships, they teach us things, not just the victories that we get, at least in my personal experience. So wonderful song. They're just like, they're at another level. That's all I gotta say, guys. I want to hear from you guys. I know I probably missed a lot of things. It's just my initial impression of reading the lyrics, watching the music video once. I would love to hear from you as well. What have you picked up on? And for me personally, details like the little things of every single thing being an analysis, it's not as important as the overall message. It's the fun factor of later on try to dive in and to dissect every little thing. But I think the overall message is quite clear. And then there's almost like Easter eggs for you to really get all the symbology behind the song, because it puts so much thought behind the music video and the song. Guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe and keep it metal. Let me know what your thoughts are.